We need to talk about Aradena. Aradena is a trading card game on Immutable X that, up until about 6 months ago, people were really bullish for. It's actually a weird time warp when I think about this game, because it feels like it was years ago when there was hype, but it was literally 9 months ago, because I just looked, and when I did a video, I hung out with the creators of this game that we're about to talk about, a game called Aradena, and it was 9 months ago when I hung out with some of the developers, and or I forget exactly, but a couple people from the team, and we played a bunch of Aradena. So, what is Aradena, and why do I want to talk about it? All right, so Aradena is a card game. Well, let's actually stay over here. I can show you. Bro, it's crazy how fast. I still had the Blockborn logo back when I still had that job at Blockborn. That's crazy. Uh, Only 9 months ago. Time goes fast. If I turn off the volume on this, you can see that basically what Aradena was a trading card game on a hexagonal board where you have units that your cards can represent. In some cases, you can take your card, you can play a unit, and then the unit actually moves around the board. And so it has the physical, locational positioning and movement of units, as well as spells and other card types potentially that you would see in a card game. The idea of a card game that also has a board and like hexes or tiles and your units move around, the fusion of a trading card game with a board game is something that I do think people have tried to make happen for a long time. It's something that a lot of people want to figure out, but there's never really been one game that nails this formula. Like, there isn't an example of the game that did it best. Like, nothing ever catches on. And so Aradena is pretty interesting. The problem is, so basically, I first found out about this game. I'll explain the problem, what happened. I first found out about this game, and it seemed really good. And I did a play test. I recorded that YouTube video, and it seemed really good. And then they did a token launch. And when Aradena did their token launch, it was an absolute disaster. So I don't have all the tweets pulled up right now, but I remember pretty vividly what happened, which is, I wasn't, by the way, I was not a participant in this launch. I didn't buy any tokens. But they announced they were doing their token sale for their AG token, and they did the sale. But then after the token sale happened, after people spent money and bought these tokens and the tokens were minted, the Aradena team claimed that they didn't receive the money from the token sale. If I remember correctly, they accused their partners of screwing them in the deal, basically, and keeping either all or a lot more of the money than they were supposed to. And so they basically didn't get the funding from the token sale. And that is an absolute disaster for an on-chain game, for a crypto game. Like, your token sale is one of your biggest moments. Like, that's when you can really raise money to fund the business, to fund the game. So if you don't get the money from that, like, that is a lethal blow. You know, that is substantial. Like, you can't not get your token sale. That's just not good. And so I thought it might have been dead, and it seemed like it was kind of dead. If you look at the packs, the cheapest pack went down to $1.71. This used to be like $3 at the floor. Now it's under $2. And prices in general are quite low for these packs. Since the packs have never been openable yet, it's only packs and then cosmetics. And the cosmetics have a really low supply. Even here, the floors are often pretty small, given how rare these cosmetics are, pretty low. So here's what happened. And here's the reason I am talking about this topic, is that Aradena hadn't been very active on Twitter over the last 3 or 4 months. They posted a few times, once about some new VX, some 3D art. They retweeted someone talking about it. They posted a few other things. But recently they posted this. Aradena is on mobile, and they showed someone
reason we're sharing this
playing a game on the phone. And just watching this right now, I mean, it's a little choppy looking. I don't know how they recorded this video. It's like, is he recording his phone with another phone? Or I don't know what they're doing. But you know, the game still looks playable, and it makes me think, is Aradena ever going to make a comeback? Like, should I buy packs? Should I consider scooping up some packs, basically, just in case? Like, is there any chance Aradena comes back? I mean, there's been so little info. The team apparently have been out of money for a long time. From the word on the street is that, like, one person is paying a developer out of pocket or out of their savings or something, and there's, like, not anyone else getting paid right now. It's just, like, this one dev who gets paid out of pocket. I don't know. Is Aradena ever going to come back? And I feel like with packs being this cheap, I mean, the cheapest packs, from what I remember, it's 1 rare in this pack, 2 rares in this pack, 3 rares, 4 or 5 rares. It's like 1 or 2 more each time, right? So each pack has more rare slots. So even if it's only 1 rare per pack, scooping up some of these at $2, or a little under $2, like, is that interesting? Is that compelling? Is it worth it to build up a small stack of Aradena packs just in case? And I feel like maybe, you know, like maybe one could buy up like 100 packs or something, or, you know, just some, you know, just like a little something just to have holdings, because it's down so bad that if it came back, the potential gains are crazy. I mean, it's interesting. I don't know. I want to be optimistic. You can also just see the engagement. Like, I could see Hugo here. I could see Gaspode. There's lots of people responding to the tweet. People are pretty interested in this. It just feels like it feels like they have people's attention. And that's not easy to get. And if anything, them having people's attention is the most compelling reason to potentially buy packs. Just the fact that this many people care. That was a lot of scrolling before I ran out of comments. That was a lot of scrolling. Plus, they follow me. And that's bullish. So I don't know. I'm thinking about buying some packs. Haven't done it yet. At the time I'm recording this video, what is it? It's March 29th. I haven't done it yet. But I'm starting to think about it. Maybe I need to go back and do a little more research, dive into it a little deeper. But it's hard to believe it's been 9 months since I recorded this video. I was so bullish back then. They fumbled 1 token sale. And they did say a few weeks back, about a month ago, that they are going to be delisting that original token and launching a quote-unquote new ecosystem token later this year with enhanced governance, utility, and a new chain. I don't know how that's going to work, and I don't know how holders of the original token are going to feel. But people aren't pissed. It's just they're getting support in the comments. I don't know. Maybe they can pull this off. Maybe they could pull this off. I have a weird feeling. It's probably going to 0, or it's probably not going to happen. But maybe Aradena is going to start cooking. It's like, to me, this is a sign just to not forget about them. Like, okay, don't forget about this. Keep an eye on this, just in case, if they get to an open beta, if people enjoy it, if there's some good rewards for a tournament, if people start opening packs and hype starts building and some content starts happening, streamers start streaming, something could happen. The game is actually pretty fun from what I remember, and that's always pretty important. So something could happen here, yeah. Something could definitely happen. Anyway, I don't have too much else to say, so I'll leave it there. I'm starting to lose my voice. I've been streaming all day. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Flux signing out.